Welcome, everyone, to Anza's 56th annual commencement ceremony. I'm Lloyd Holmes, president of Anza College. Please stand as you are willing and able for our national anthem. Thank you, and please be seated. I'd like to make special acknowledgement to our student veterans today and all military veterans in the audience. Thank you for your service to our country. Before we begin, I'd invite you to appreciate this land acknowledgement delivered by one of our graduating students, Yvette Contreras Hernandez. Yvette is graduating today with a degree in liberal arts, and she is receiving this year's DeHart Scholarship Award. Yvette, please come forward.
Hi everyone, my name is Yvette Contreras Hernandez, and I am an immigrant from La Ciudad de Mexico. I want to take the time to recognize and honor that we are all on the original homeland of the Muwekma Ohlone tribe of the San Francisco Bay Area. I am asking that we do not take for granted the land that we all live and work on, which is amongst the First Nation peoples, among the original earth stewards of this land, the Ohlone, which means la gente, the people. I would like to take a moment and ask all of those of you who may identify as indigenous to the Americas or to any part of the world to please stand up. We honor you, considering your people's struggle for land reparations, for self-determination, culture, and life preservation. We see you and will be doing better by you. Thank you. With the context of today's event, it is also important to acknowledge the indigenous wisdom that anchors us to the relationship we all have with Mother Earth, but which is in need of healing. But that must be grounded in connection, respect, and mutual accountability. Let us remember that in many indigenous communities, matriarchies, female energies, and two-spirited energies are the knowledge holders, cultural healers, and leaders. And in that way, may we connect and continue the legacy of that leadership to the conversation that we are all having here today. Lastly, we wish to emphasize the need to go beyond acknowledgement. There needs to be action taken so we can support our indigenous communities, where we live and where we come from. It is important that we take the time to educate ourselves and to learn from our indigenous leaders, which can include our students, their families, and our own colleagues. If you would like to learn more information about the Ohlone people, and particularly the Moekma Ohlone tribe of the San Francisco Bay Area, and/or find out what land you are on right now, and to learn about the land trust you can support, please see the resources at the anza.edu/equity office. So let me say this once again. I want to recognize the homeland of the Moekma Ohlone tribe of the San Francisco Bay Area. And I would also like to honor those who identify as Indigenous. We see you, and we will continue to do better by you, your families, and our land. Thank you.
Thank you, Yvette. And good afternoon to all of you. On behalf of De Anza College and the Foothill Community College District, it is my great pleasure to welcome you, the class of 2023, and your families and friends. We are holding commencement ceremony in a different venue this year, and I'm sure that you all are happy considering the temperature outside. So it's great to see so many of you here to celebrate you, our graduates, and your accomplishments. Graduates, you are here because you chose a path that required much hard work and determination to reach this point in your academic journeys, after overcoming all kinds of obstacles along the way, from the global pandemic to everyday demands of holding down jobs, raising families, and meeting all of life's obligations while going to school. Despite those challenges, nearly 2,000 students are graduating from De Anza this year. And some are even graduating with more than one degree. For 2023, we're awarding almost 2,100 degrees, as well as nearly 1,000 certificates. Graduates, I cannot begin to tell you how proud of you we are. We're honored that you chose De Anza and that you have shared your diverse experiences and perspectives with us. This ceremony is a culmination of efforts of many people, most of all by you, the graduates. I'd like to acknowledge the many staff members who participated in making this event one that you will long remember. Their contributions include overall coordination and physical setup here at the Convention Center, the sign language interpretation, the design and printing of the program, all to honor you, our graduates. For these efforts, I would like to thank the staff members in the President's Office, the areas of Administrative Service and College Operations, and the Office of Communications. And a special thank you as well to the many classified professionals from across the college who volunteered to assist with the ceremony this afternoon. I would like to now recognize 4 of our locally elected trustees for the Foothill De Anza Community College District. With us this evening, we have Board of Trustees President Patrick J. Aarons, Board Vice President Laura Casas, Trustee Peter Landsberger, and Trustee Gilbert Wong. I also want to introduce the De Anza Student Trustee, who is elected by the student body and served the past year alongside our publicly elected trustees on the Foothill De Anza Board, Pierce Tao. I want to thank all of our trustees for joining us today. I also want to welcome the Chancellor of the Foothill de Anza Community College District, Chancellor Judy C. Minor. We have also on the stage with us our Vice Chancellor, Jory Hatzel. I would like to give special acknowledgement, however, to Chancellor Judy Minor. Chancellor Minor is retiring after 35 years of leadership and service to our district. Chancellor Minor, thank you for all that you have done for our students. You have made a tangible impact on their lives and on this district. And we wish you the best in retirement, though we're sure we'll see you around campus and in the district. I would also like to acknowledge two deans who are with us today on stage who are retiring this year. Alicia Cortez and Daniel Smith. Thank you, Alicia and Daniel. In addition, I want to make note that Christina Espinosa-Peeb, our Vice President for Instruction, is retiring at the end of the year after 43 years of service to De Anza College. Unfortunately, Christina had a family commitment today and could not join us today, but we thank her for all she has done for our students, and we wish her well. We have a number of distinguished members of our faculty and classified professionals who are retiring this year after dedicating their careers to educating our students. These individuals are acknowledged in your program, so we want to express our gratitude again this evening for their teaching and service to our students. Congratulations to all our retirees. There are three other individuals that I want to recognize. One is Dr. Cheryl Baum, the president of our Academic Senate. These individuals have made significant contributions to our college this year. Dr. Cheryl Baum, unfortunately, cannot be with us today, but our incoming president of the Academic Senate, Eric Woodbury, is indeed on stage with us today. I'd recognize Ms. Adriana Garcia, who's the president of the Classified Senate, as well as on stage with us today, Ms. Amy Wang, who just completed her term as president of the De Anza Student Government. These three individuals have given hundreds of hours of dedicated service to the college throughout the year, so thank you for your leadership. I want to also acknowledge three college employees who are this year's recipients of the President's Award for Outstanding Service, chosen from nominations submitted by the campus community. We have Brandon Bailey, who is the writer and editor for the Office of Communications. He's recognized in the classified professional category. We have Lydia Hearn, who's an instructor in English, who is the faculty recipient. And Lisa Mandy, who many of you probably know. She's our Director of Financial Aid and Scholarships, and she's the administrative recipient. Now, before I go further, I want to add a special thanks to the families and friends of our graduates, whose deep commitment and support made a huge difference along the way. We know that many of you made great sacrifices so that your students could achieve their goals, and today we honor you along with our graduates. Graduates, I know that you all might be tired of sitting, although you only sat about 10 minutes now, but please rise, turn towards your family members, whether they are part of your family by birth or by choice, and applaud them for all that they have done. Thank you. This is indeed a wonderful day today. It is the culmination of much work and sacrifice, and the realization of many hopes and dreams. Attending a community college was an important step in my life, as it is for many of you. I grew up in rural Mississippi, raised by a single mother in a family that faced its share of challenges. After earning my associate degree from Itawamba Community College, I transferred to the University of Mississippi, and I know that many of you will be transferring to four-year institutions as well. We should applaud that. But whether you are planning to continue your studies in the fall or to enter into the workforce after today, your education and experiences at Anza have given you a strong foundation on which you can continue to build your lives. Graduates, our great country faces many challenges, including injustice, inequity, and division. There are those who seek to incite the politics of hate for their own ends and to deny basic rights to some members of our communities. And yet, as I look at you, I'm very optimistic about our future. In your time at Anza, you have been creative and resourceful in living through the COVID pandemic and adapting to new ways of learning. You have studied and worked cooperatively with people who are different from yourself, people with different interests, from different cultures and backgrounds. And along the way, you have learned the value of not just intelligence, but also perseverance, commitment, service, and compassion. This is why you are so important to our future, because you can apply the lessons you have learned at Anza to improve your own lives as well as our communities and our nation. Graduates, as you move on to new chapters in your lives, I ask you to remember what you have received from this college. We will always remember you and your contributions to our community here at Anza. Now, you've probably heard enough from me. You want to hear from our commencement speakers. We are fortunate to have two outstanding students who will speak today. Each has had a unique experience at Anza, and we asked them to share their perspectives with you. By coincidence, out of the nearly 2,000 graduates this year, we found that these two are good friends who have known each other since they met in an introductory business class 2 years ago. First, I'd like to introduce Samir Bhatt. Samir is transferring this fall to Cal State Northridge, where he intends to study urban planning. During his time at Anza, Samir has been active at the new Pride Center on campus, where he has played a role in building a new sense of community for our students there. Welcome, Samir.
Hey grads, how we feeling? So my name is Samir, my pronouns are he, him, and I just wanted to start by thanking President Holmes for that introduction. Words cannot express how honored I am to be representing the class of 2023. It has certainly been quite the ride, but these amazing people have come a long way. Let me tell you, 2 years ago, when I first set foot on Anza's campus, well, actually logged onto my first Zoom class, I didn't expect to conclude my time by giving a speech to thousands of people. Honestly, I didn't even know what I wanted to do with my life. I was readjusting after exiting the United States Marine Corps, coming to terms with my queerness, and dealing with mental health issues all at the same time. Yay. Attending De Anza gave me the direction I needed, as well as the space to figure out my next steps, for which I am forever grateful. Has anyone ever watched the show Community? Well, if you haven't, it's a TV show that follows a group of friends through their time at community college. And right before enrolling, I had just finished watching it, which was probably not the best idea. It made community college seem like this weird alternate universe where everyone was out to get you, but winter 2022 disproved that immediately. Math 10, or Introductory Statistics, was the first class I had at De Anza. And I don't know about y'all, but me personally, I'm not a math person. At least I wasn't until I met Professor Lisa Mesh. Professor Mesh's class was probably the first setting in my life where I felt comfortable being my true self. She went the extra mile to ensure that everyone felt welcome. For example, I remember once in the textbook it said, he or she, and Professor Mesh scribbled it out and wrote, they, instead, expressing her disdain for the gender binary. While that may seem trivial, it was this moment that showed me, in my beginning stages of queerness, that my identity is not a burden, but a blessing. It also made me realize that math isn't a living nightmare, but that was kind of just an added bonus. And while we're talking about queerness, I feel like this is an appropriate time for me to mention that I served as Vice President of Media and Outreach for De Anza's LGBTQ Alliance. Yeah. And it's been beautiful to watch this community grow and to work alongside such dedicated officers to foster this community. I'd like to give a huge shout out to Jamie Pelusi, faculty coordinator at De Anza's relatively new Pride Center. They have supported me through situations I couldn't even imagine handling on my own, and it's an understatement to say that they have been pivotal to our school's queer culture. I'd also like to thank Kestia Durant, president of the LGBTQ Alliance, for all she's done to make De Anza more inclusive and to make me feel understood. And I'm so grateful that we cross paths. Some people know exactly what they want to major in, and then they stick to that forever. I am not one of those people, and I'm sure many others can say the same. And that's okay, because college can feel like trying to take a sip of water from a fire hydrant sometimes. And if you're lucky, you'll find someone who can help guide you through it all. Personally, I hit the jackpot by having Lon Trung from Veterans Services as my counselor. And without her, I would probably be 90 units into the wrong degree right now, let's be honest. And as awful as the hours we spent on assist.org could have been, Lon made it almost enjoyable. And don't even get me started on those transfer applications. Everyone I've mentioned so far has been fundamental to my college journey. But you know who I literally wouldn't be here without? My parents. See what I did there? Seriously though, it's been a rough 2 years, and I'm beyond thankful for my family. From caring for me through top surgery, to listening to me vent, to making countless sacrifices so I could have this life, I owe it all to them. I know we had our moments, but it's nothing but love. Thank you for the unconditional support in every aspect. Finally, hey, class of 2023, what's up? We made it. That's right, turn up, turn up. I hope your time at De Anza has been as rewarding to you all as it was for me. And as we take our next steps, I want us to remember that your voice is never too loud. Stand up for what you believe is right and be the change you want to see. The future is in our hands, and all we have is each other. In a time filled with so much hate, it's up to us to be the voice of compassion. Show up for your peers and for your beliefs, and never stop speaking your mind. We've been through ups and downs galore, and to quote Ice Spice, how can we lose if we're already chose? Thank you all for your time, and this opportunity has certainly been a privilege. I'm blessed to be sharing the stage with Sophia Nonga, a kind, vibrant soul and good friend of mine. I hope to see everyone on the flip side. Go forth and do great things. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Samir. Next, we will hear from his friend, Sophia Nanga, who is transferring this fall to UCLA, where she plans to study business economics. Sophia has been president of the Black Student Union at Anza and has also been a leader in fostering a sense of community and connection for students on campus. Welcome, Sophia.
Thank you, President Holmes, for the kind introduction, and Samir for the shout out. Hello, family, friends, faculty, and graduates. My name is Sophia Nonga, and it is an honor to be one of the student speakers at the 2023 Anza graduation ceremony. A few weeks ago, I gave a speech at Anza's Black Graduation and Achievement Ceremony, where I spoke about the importance community plays in building resilience. Today, I wanted to reinforce this message because despite the fact that we come from varying backgrounds, we have all had to overcome adversities in order to reach this moment. Resilience, according to the Google definition, is the capacity to withstand or recover quickly from difficulties. In other words, resilience means to be tough or to be strong. That being said, I feel as though there's a misconception that to have resilience or to be resilient means facing these adversities alone. However, I have found that the moments where I have felt the strongest and where fear was no longer a barrier were the times when I was being backed by community. When I first entered Anza, I was a little anxious. After spending my last 2 years of high school online, returning to in-person instruction at a new institution and a completely new chapter of my education was definitely nerve-wracking. I realized that navigating this journey was something that I couldn't do alone. Luckily for me, I was able to discover a community in Anza's Black Student Union and Emoja programs, which supported me both educationally and socially. These communities allowed me to experience new opportunities, such as a tour of what would eventually become my future campus, UCLA, go Bruins, as well as the introduction to many new friendships, which I will continue to cherish. But most of all, connecting with these communities helped me become more comfortable in my skin and confident in my abilities to overcome any adversities. They taught me not to be bound by statistics or expectations, but to create my own standards and eventually go beyond them. As a community college, Anza is very familiar with how impactful having a strong community can be. From first-generation students, now graduates, business owners, veterans, international students, and more, our unique and diverse student body is the foundation of Anza's strong community and the power behind this institution's success. As our chapter at Anza comes to a close, and we each embark on our own journeys where we will face new obstacles, remember the importance of community. As Lance Armstrong once said, Knowledge is power, community is strength. Thankfully, we have both. 2023 graduates, let us realize our impact in shaping communities and use our power to create positive change. Thank you.
Thank you, Sophia. Congratulations and thanks to both of you again for being our student speakers and sharing your stories today. So we are getting very close to the moment you've all been waiting for. But I want to acknowledge 3 more outstanding students first. Every year, hundreds of De Anza students earn awards, scholarships, and commendations for their achievements in a wide variety of areas, from athletics to computer science, creative arts to journalism, health sciences, and beyond. We're very proud of all of our students, and I want to acknowledge these 3 who are receiving special awards this year. First, it's my pleasure to recognize Amanda Tackwell, one of the students who's receiving the President's Award this year for perseverance and achieving her goals. Amanda came to De Anza after being away from school for several years. Here at De Anza, she impressed her instructors with her determination to succeed, as well as her willingness to help students in her classes. Amanda is graduating with an associate degree in cybersecurity and will be entering a bachelor's degree program in information science and data analytics at San Jose State. Congratulations, Amanda. Our second President's Award recipient could not be here this afternoon, unfortunately. Thomas Gia also came to De Anza after trying another college first and joined our Guardian Scholars Program as a former foster youth. He's graduating with 2 degrees in business administration and economics and is headed to the University of California, Berkeley this fall. So congratulations to Thomas and Amanda. And finally, Yvette Contreras Hernandez, who gave the land acknowledgement at the beginning of our program, is this year's recipient of the DeHart Scholarship for Service. This award is presented in memory of A. Robert DeHart, founding president of De Anza College. Yvette was a member of the women's track and field team for a year and also worked with our HEFAS program, that's higher education for AB 540 students, which provides support for undocumented students. She's going to the University of California, Santa Barbara this fall and hopes, yeah, that deserves a round of applause. She hopes to become a lawyer to work with low-income and immigrant communities. Congratulations, Yvette. We are now at that moment that each of you have been waiting for. We're about to begin introducing the members of this year's graduating class. First, Dr. Thomas Ray, Interim Associate Vice President of Instruction, will certify your degrees on behalf of the faculty.
Good afternoon, graduates, families, and friends. Now we've gotten to the good part. Dr. Holmes, I am happy to report that by the power vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the Foothill De Anza Community College District, I hereby certify that the De Anza graduating class of 2023 has completed requirements for graduation as set forth by the California Community Colleges Board of Governors. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Ray. And now, graduates, please rise for the conferring of the degrees. Graduates, by the authority vested in me by the California Community Colleges Board of Governors, and the Board of Trustees of the Foothill de Anza Community College District, I confer the degrees of Associate in Arts, Associate in Arts for Transfer, Associate in Science, or Associate in Science for Transfer on the class of 2023. Please be seated again, graduates. You now have the privilege of moving your tassel from the right to the left side of your mortarboard. Before you come on the stage, here are a few things I'd like you to keep in mind. Our wonderful volunteers are going to be directing you, some of you, to begin approaching the stage. But please wait until you are asked to come up. After you receive your degree, we ask that each of you please walk back down the middle ramp to the floor, where a volunteer will direct you back to your seat again. Once you are seated again, please remain seated until the end of the program. We have 3 deans and a faculty member helping to introduce our graduates today. On this side of the stage, we have Ms. Alicia Cortez, Dean of Equity and Engagement, and Ms. Mylene Pham, a faculty member in the History Department. To my left, your right, we have Ms. Debbie Lee, Dean of Intercultural and International Studies, and Mr. Eric Mendoza, Dean of Physical Education and Athletics. Joining me in congratulating our graduates today will be Patrick J. Aarons, President of the Foothill de Anza Board of Trustees. He is a proud de Anza alum and has just earned his master's in public administration. After we have introduced all the graduates, I ask everyone to please remain seated for a few closing remarks and directions. It looks like we might be about ready to call names.
Rebecca Dos Santos. Alejandra Fernandez.
Christopher Jacob Mirador.
Craig Shepard. Johan Morales. Andrew Rajo.
Johnny Sandari.
Henry Buck. Jorge Carrillo. Raymond Ferranda.
Jesus Perez Lopez.
Jeffrey Smith II. Jesus Perez Lopez. Peter Pham.
Anthony Valenzuela.
Sky Ward. Michelle Madden. Enosh Chow.
Tiffany Kudama.
Manav Shape. Alexander Tan. Elijah Grande.
Edgar Jared Cortez Reyes.
Jonathan Cambron.
Eric Perez Garcia. Devin Stanford.
Yasmin Bijines.
Cassandra Morris.
Kayla Noik. Caitlin Cove.
Naksuvang Dickerson.
Natsuno Nishihara.
Andrea Garibaldo. Richard Rubacava.
Mariela Ramos Armenta.
Ness Halifax.
Rebecca Call. Fabian Sanchez Morales.
Clarice Santos.
Jason Birmingham.
Vanessa Huang. Michaela Simmons.
Audrey J. Tang.
Esprit Nguyen.
Arissa Melanie Ventura.
Hiệp Đoàn.
Anna Bulina Vuai.
Elena Kong. Gabriel Mendoza.
Fiona Fung.
Maria Carranza.
Lluvia Mendez. Lauren Lokiao.
Nika Albaran.
Elijah Gordon.
Stephanie Martinez. Tiffany Duque Escobar. Brian De Leon.
Jacqueline Perez.
Jocelyn Velasquez. Angel Arajo. Fatima Soria.
Samuel Torres.
Lee Higgins.
Sofia Siquet. Gabriela Vargas.
Melissa Batierra Lopez.
Sarah Nicole Clark.
Dayanara Chavez Contreras. Teresa Tien Lang.
Corey Taylor.
Zaira Itzel Mendoza. Lisa Adan. Margaret Ortiz.
Toby Jordan Flores.
Gianna Villarreal. Alexandra Perez.
Nguyễn Kim Độ.
Min Tuan Huynh.
Trần Ngọc Trâm Anh.
Claudia Gomez.
Phụng Lê,
Timothy Tran.
Nicolas Romero.
Yareli Sarari Hernandez Perez.
Emily Ramirez Mendez.
Ryan Del Rosario.
Roberto Zavala.
Nathan Liu.
Trang Nguyễn,
Bree Nunn.
Max Seeger.
Adriana Maldonado.
Caitlin Richardson,
Jeanette Perez.
Jessica Din,
Jasmine Perlin.
Celine Nghiêm,
Jason Akbarzadeh.
Gabriela Sandoval Medina.
Yaneli Molina.
Brandon Linares Leon.
Haley Harris.
Heidi Ariana Mohammed Ibrahim,
William Figueroa.
Kay Zin Lei Mao,
Hazel Gill.
Daniel John Olson.
Noemi Macias Valencia.
Miguel Nieto,
Bianca Padilla.
Emily Klevchuk.
Paula Sabiñón Callazo.
Bianca Giovanna Munoz,
Mason Guasamaquio.
Jamesel Rom.
Eob Fisa.
Vi Võ,
Tal Dean.
Natalie Wendoline Miranda Guadarrama.
Julie Andino.
Brian Zarate Rojas,
Nicholas Hatige.
Ana Gabriel Alzante Norena.
Tommy Trung.
Jonna Scubis,
William Tren.
Darren Katabay.
Casey Bogdan.
Frankie Cortez,
Christian Lawrence Dulay.
Quỳnh Lê,
Lamia Ye.
Damian Salinas.
Nguyễn Vi Tạ,
Alexis Esquivel Dominguez.
Trí Nguyễn,
Elizabeth Nguyen.
Alejandra Amon.
Ralph Contreras.
Marcus Burdick,
Nam Tran.
Ashley Nicole Adriano.
Maria Ruiz Robledo.
Rachel Mascardo.
Felicia Michelle Ricks.
Samantha Garcia.
Chloe Lewin.
Liliana Espinosa.
Gustavo Alonso Sencio Palomar.
Myra Velasquez.
Dimitri Pocuco.
Shanali Das.
Brenda Hernandez.
Shrimp Balota.
Kitsia Denise Zambrano Mesa.
Ila Jean Takad.
Jesus Veridana Lopez Hernandez.
Olisa Santos.
Yasmin Perez.
Philip Vo.
Kaylin Marie Ventura Satarino.
Megan Neem.
Jasmine Loyola Tinney.
Sanjana Altekar.
Ivy Ho.
Dương Lê.
Sarai Castillo.
Judy Chow.
Julian Rano Perez.
Carolina Le.
Allison Grace Carroza.
James Nguyễn.
Jessica Sumachit.
T. Dot.
Nancy Nguyen.
Thị Trần.
Maria Cecilia Castillo.
Khiết Tất.
Alicia Maria Sandoval.
Hảo My Trần.
Keziah Nicole Bulanadi.
Trần Tú Tâm Phạm.
Kiet Nguyen.
Daniela Beard.
Joy Chan.
Nicoya Rehane.
Mariah Marquez.
Bianca Rose La Russa.
Angela Ofanga Wolfgang Talua.
Jesus Magaña.
Neha Angadi.
Andrés Garcia Gutierrez.
Juliet Furcat.
Michaela Nuestro.
Luis Cornell.
Thomas Lay.
Dawit Reta.
Sage Coyle.
Jessica Carl.
Travis Damper Jr.
Anaí Alicia Florian Ramirez.
Angela Nguyen.
Emmanuel Akbari.
Emma Kyrus.
Maureen Domingo.
Autumn Rose Alvarez.
Christina Nomasca.
Nathan Desfai.
Jonathan Jackson.
Nicole Borges.
Angelina Ruzich Garcia.
Daisy Zamora.
Mia Kiana Rodriguez.
Jessica Perez Villanueva.
Malia Janae Washington.
Jawaha Mahi Ali Saber.
Kaylee Flores.
Pierre Ayuli.
Francis Ignacio.
Sofia Miranda.
Paulina Madsen.
Daria Kurochkina.
Emily Aragon Garcia.
Morel Niobli.
Lexer Marana Danganan.
Takuma Adachi.
Jamie Choi.
Timothy Cove.
Dennis Garcia.
Artem Tikhonov.
Yuying Yu.
Brian Candelo Pantoja Vargas Correal Quiñones.
Gemma Corona.
Natalie Scott.
Brett Johnson.
Shanice Masunga.
Hung Nguyen.
Genesis Moreno.
Hugo Sanchez Vasquez.
Tat Min Kunt.
Michael Flores.
Caleb Ring.
Jason Teja.
Bilal Adam.
Matan Albert.
Ali Adam.
Agustin Espino.
Toby Nguyen.
Andy Vargas.
Nicholas Meisner.
Ajay Singh.
Hayden Galeta.
Janelle Tabuno Langarica.
Sha Lin Xiao.
Francesca Padilla.
Alexander Joseph Ramos.
Maxim Manahan.
Aaron Joshua Ramos.
Noah Aaron.
Gerard Cachero.
Parky Sood.
Michael Batrikoff.
Nguyen Do.
John Dwyer.
Lawrence Nesperos.
Jimmy Pham.
Chase Hardy.
Miguel Manriquez.
Jonathan Taylor.
Efrain Solano.
Francis Chan.
Nguyễn Lê Ngọc Thanh.
Andrew Avila.
Thomas Duy Nguyễn.
Light Agupago.
Jose Gutierrez Flores.
Catalina Marie Santiago.
Mayuna Sakagami.
Malaya Paras Mangoban.
Jenny Zhou.
Madison Mo.
May Sapel.
Haroon Saib.
Violet Baluk Fong.
Mark Carvim Baguio Balante.
Luz Andrea Sanchez.
Priscilla Linda Cadena Resendez.
Arlene Lopez.
Fatima Rafi'i.
Michaela Federico.
Ong Bobo.
Alyssa Collins Schuler.
Emily Pasulacqua.
Alenosh Hovar Sapian.
Veronica Simmons.
Natalia Cesar.
Natalia Cesar.
Leslie Adelaida Rodriguez Ziola.
Yu Hua Lee.
Kalia Longholm.
Lavanya Nada Kumar.
Katia Hernandez de Horta.
Emily Liao Perez.
Stephanie Banderas.
Carla Hernandez.
Chelsea Juliana Mata.
Annette Michelle Martinez.
Kailani Villanueva.
Lily Montalvo.
Stephanie Ramirez Aceves.
Paula Tequanway.
Gabriele Ascione.
Melis Joy Domingo.
Simone Grace Pond.
Kevin Aparicio Sanchez.
Star Amber Beasley.
Conrad Lomeli.
Rebecca Mednick.
Desiree Bassa.
Michelle Harris.
April Olivo Carrillo.
Melissa Ramirez Bolaños.
Marilu Aldaña Garcia.
Jocelyn Garcia.
Bethany Shin.
Isla Beg.
Daniela Alcatraz Morales Magaña.
Emma Vinzel.
Mayra Moniz.
Vanessa Lund.
Kyle Nguyen.
Paula Bugara.
Đạt Dương.
Holly Harwood.
Marcel Abdulin.
Genesis Gomez.
Robert Laws.
Lily Fong Tran.
Samantha Russo.
V. Ho.
Sarah Boone.
Fiona Chow.
Christopher De Leon Hill.
Isabel Bernadette Faz Samoy.
Salina Diaz.
Amrita Shankar.
Miracle Tail.
Sabrina Bond.
Marissa Kaiser.
Marley Moreno Cabrera.
Jamie Nguyen.
Angel Armando Barragan.
Joshua Way.
Mary Jane Fabricas.
Hannah Lillibridge.
Skyly Angel Leal.
Eshita Cinco.
Brianna Diane Atiak Peige.
Tiara Townsley.
Courtney Taylor.
Joseph An.
Brittany Kumar.
Umara Perez.
Juliana Lopez.
Jared Hernandez.
Luz Elena Cabrera Canela.
Jennifer Hernandez Calderon.
Andrea Garcia.
Daphne Alcaraz Viseño.
Jess Bruno.
Scarlett Velasquez.
Omar Fimbres.
María Isabel Becerra,
Aiden Artiaga.
Marco Antonio Garcia,
Stephanie Aldama Ramos.
Shrizana Batarai.
Emily Edom.
Priya Nairayan.
Sifan Daba.
Laila Landren,
Lisbeth Barreto Gonzalez.
Isabella McClintock.
Maria Salinas Calderon.
Nathaniel Lopez,
Desiree Callahan.
Joseph Rogers IV.
Crystal Aquino.
Omar Hernandez Leon,
Ashley Castillo Sanchez.
Fernando Ramos.
Michelle Ramirez.
Ariana Peña,
Jolene Antoinette Baltazar Guanzon.
Caitlin Hurley.
Arshata Muhammad Iraim.
Vera Lubes,
Joy Frias.
Rochelle Lozano.
Helena de Villa Hermosa.
Brian Yak Rojas,
Alfredo Lonto.
Dennis Huang.
Brianna Sandoval.
Mateo Christian Ramirez,
Shirley Heath.
Lucas Gafford.
Jonathan Silva.
Ashley de Alba Figueroa,
Saskia Lativaria.
Tandaway Johnson.
Nayoka Panisi.
Christopher Mai,
Domenica Armas.
Nikita Bunker.
Lily Tran.
Nicole Huang.
Mia Bosenberg.
Brian Alejandro Loaiza Tovar,
Felipe de Jesus.
PJ Vi.
Naomi Cortez Ramirez.
Danica Ligze.
Anne Dominica Norashini del Silva.
Miguel Dorego,
Billy Seabolt.
Lindsay Bennett.
Faizan Hussein.
Emmeline Walker,
Cassius Williamson.
Carlos Flores.
Brian Bennett Tilden.
Perla Alcaraz.
Yancy Rosales.
Cesar Gutierrez.
Elizabeth Campos Quiros.
Taylor Jordan.
Elizabeth Diane Nguyen.
Naomi Devenisha.
Marlene Farias Rodriguez.
Aliana Rawls.
Kyle Chun.
Edward Wilson.
Eunice Rios Ramos.
Jocelyn Cortez Aguilar.
Connie Vasquez.
Alba Garcia.
Giselle Rivera Mora.
Alani Garcia.
Ha Pham.
Isa Luis Baca.
Jenny Nguyen.
Kimberly Palmiera Romaguera.
Isaiah Jimenez.
Giancarlos Vidot.
Guadalupe Munoz Lopez.
Ofa Ki Tonga Pahulu.
Tu Nguyen.
Natasha Jin.
Natasha Samayoa.
Tui Le.
Jennifer Jacobo Alvarez.
Maria Angelica Ibanez Medina.
Veronica River Lee Harris.
Naxali Belmont.
Olga Quincy.
Yuk Young Kim.
Sonia Sandu.
Emir El Zain.
Paloma Garcia Gutierrez.
Zarin Marcia Alina.
Fong Fan Lan Nguyen.
Ananda Dewa Yani.
Mien Omar Chio.
Chaitra Suhas.
MD Hassan Ferdos.
Mohammed Zain Khan.
Alondra Rodriguez Lomeli.
Marcos Reyes.
T. Mai Nguyen Nguyen.
Adrian Vega.
Kim Nguyen.
Sofia Nonga.
Samir Bott.
Wan Hua Liu.
Amy Huang.
Erica Hernandez.
Pierce Tao.
Ashley Rose Feliz Ann Sakyat.
Amanda Tackwell.
Semar Tekle Hymanat.
Jose Rodriguez.
Amuta Narindian.
Emmanuel Surafel.
Hana Dejeni Asafa. Tao V. Luong.
Yvette Contreras Hernandez.
Thank you, everyone. And please remain seated while we bring this program to a close. I ask for your patience in following some important instructions. Graduates and guests, we'd like you to please wait and allow the individuals on stage to leave first. After that, the next to leave will be the faculty and staff members here in the front, followed by graduates, while families and guests should continue to remain seated. Graduates, once the stage is cleared, please wait until you are directed, beginning with the back rows and moving forward, to return to Hall A, where you lined up before the program. You can then proceed to the main lobby and upstairs lobby area, where you can meet your families and guests. You're also welcome to take photos in the lobby areas with our mascot, Rory, and other props. Families and guests, please wait until the graduates have left the hall. You can then exit the halls through the corridor where you came in and return to the main lobby or upstairs lobby area. There, you can meet your graduate and take photos if you wish, before returning the way you came in, back to the parking garage. And now, let's take a final moment to recognize the Anza College graduating class of 2023. We wish you all the best.